Welcome to Reporters TV, Rendezvous with Chetan Bhagat and Mr. Ajayyakumar. We have two eminent writers. One is a celebrated writer we all love. Ajay is an author, TEDx speaker, and he's also specializing on parenting, a corporate executive and a cultural connoisseur. So, it's a privilege for Kerala media too to have a national and international figure. The first question, see, from the perspective of a writer, so how do you think writing is going to change? Especially many of the viewers are young writers, young adults who would like to venture into writing. How do you see writing changing in the era of AI?
Yeah. So firstly, writing is always going to remain important because human beings are about communication. It's a very big part of being human experience, we're communicating orally and by a written format. So writing will remain. Now ChatGPT or AI will come and make some changes to writing. I think the more mundane aspects of writing, summarizing, correcting, editing, in some ways some of these tools were already there also. It's not like we didn't have spell check or grammar check earlier, but now they'll be more advanced. But what won't come from ChatGPT is originality, imagination, opinions, revolutionary thoughts, innovative thoughts. These are still not possible. The ChatGPT models or AI models, at least the ones we've seen so far, are relying on the existing information. It's just a better presentation of what was on the internet, maybe some interpretation also, but not true originality. It's not possible yet. It looks like original, but it's not.
Taking a cue from him, can ChatGPT ever be a good parent?
Oh, that's a very difficult question because even human beings are, trying to evolve as better parents every day. As a parent, when I was before writing my book about mindful parenting, and after writing, as a parent, as a writer, I could evolve. I could see that I am evolving as a better person. So, parenting also needs a lot of creativity, a lot of consistency. So all of this, I don't think at this moment ChatGPT has acquired. So long way to go. And the more ChatGPT acquires creativity, the more creative will be human beings. As parents, we will always be better parents.
Chetanji, as Malayalis, we are a very literate society, very educated society. You have a huge fan base here. I don't know how you are aware of such a huge...
I'm aware, and it's a really incredible state that always since childhood we are given this example. Most literate state is Kerala.
And we Malayalis
and
are
it
proud
still
of
is.
Yeah,
it still is. Nobody has overtaken.
And I question on the social front too, because I have seen you slowly moving away from, say, contentious debate. Let me put it that way: contentious debate, slightly noisy debate, which I have the privilege or compulsion to participate in. So, is it a conscious decision that you are slightly moving away and devoting time to more life nurturing things?
Yeah, I think I find that I'm better serving people if I help them, motivate them now, or be more positive. I don't mind political debates. I think in a democracy it's good to have political debates. So someone has to do it. But it's just Indian television, news television is not for the faint-hearted, and I think for my own mental health, I'm serious about this. I did it for a while, and we used to know each other from those boxes. For many years, I only met you in that box. I just realized one day that it's affecting my mental health, my sleep, my peace, my stress levels. And if I tell others to manage all this in their life, cut out stress, I felt this is an area of stress for me. I would love to have debates where people talk like you, but there is only very few people like you in these debates. Everybody is out to fight, and I don't know if anything is getting solved. We are not able to. There is no debate on TV which ends with, okay, this is what we learned today. This is how we should do things. It just ends with people fighting in the middle.
Fighting and shouting with each other.
Yeah.
And Ajay, I know Ajay has brought Chetan Bhagat to Kerala. He's just coming from New York. So Ajay, what brings Chetan here, and what is the program? Can we know about that?
No, actually, this is a facility called Sri Lanka, where we are sitting now, and this is being constructed. The idea conceived by Dr. C.V. Krishnan. So when we had this idea of a lifelong learning center in our village, we wanted to bring the whole world to our place. And in order to have the inaugural ceremony, we were thinking about bringing a celebrated or celebrity author or a celebrity person who is not from the film world, who can inspire us. And we were not able to get many names other than Chetanji. So we tried to approach him, ask him, and then he was having a very hectic schedule, and he said he's not nowadays going much traveling much other than his personal needs, because I think he's writing a new book now. But after listening to the inspiring story of Dr. C.V. Krishnan and our village, he accepted this. And I think the crowd, the youngsters and all kinds of the cross section, all ages of people who are his fans, who have come here, they had their questions. So I think that justifies our choice.
And Chetanji, coming back to the writing aspect, what should the youngsters keep in mind? Many people aspire to be writers. So as a right now a senior writer, as a person who youth looks upon, what would be your input and insight for them to have a career in writing?
The first simplest advice I'll give is to read.
Read.
Yeah, you have to read. It is like the practice for writing, because if you don't read, you don't know how sentences are constructed, how ideas are expressed, how thoughts are there. If I had not read certain books, I would have never known how to create my own book. I'm not saying you copy, but you must get into the reading habit. It's like the riyaz for music. You have to read in order to write. To think that you will never read, I'm not saying you have to read non-stop. I know life is busy and you have to do your studies, you have to do your job, whatever. So you read a lot. And then you start by writing small pieces about things you care about, write small articles. It could be about your town, it could be about your village, it could be about something you want to improve, it could be about something. But make sure you have something to say, and then because you've been reading a lot and you start writing, you'll find that you are able to do it. So it's definitely something anyone can do.
Any 2 or 3 books you would like to refer as must reads?
I really feel out people should just read whatever they are interested in. I mean, I'm not saying you have to read books on how to write. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just read anything. If you like stories, read novels. If you like self-help books, read self-help books. If you want to read books on relationships, read books on relationships. If you want to read books on stock market, read books on stock market. I don't care, but you read. Don't say I won't read. I'm not a reader. You're just being lazy. So don't be lazy.
As an author, who has been said the author to look out for, what do you suggest are the changing reading habits? Are you able to cater to the needs of the new age parents or new age students? As an author, how do you view this entire edifice of writing going?
I think even you consider it now or before, the people who are actual serious readers, they were very less in percentage. The real readers are, I don't think there is a significant change from the past to the present. Okay, today there are a lot of ways to distract our attention. There are social media and many other factors. So the reason to read for a youngster is less and less, because he thinks everything can be available online. So I think this is about the teachers, the parents. If we start reading, then our children will also start read. We watch social media, or we browse into or watch any of the OTT platforms, and then we advise our children to read. They will not be able to read. So I think reading is to start internally. One has to have to show the leadership qualities, the leaders in us to our children, so that.
And taking a cue from that, we know reading is evolving. Now we have OTT, we have so many time consuming things. You have rightly pointed out to youngsters, don't spend your time Instagramming continuously. But how are you able to manage or sustain a fan base for the past, say, 20 years? Because many things changed, and you have been able to, the community of Chetan Bhagat admirers or fans, whatever name you call, you understood the pulse of the middle class or the upper middle class Indians in a very right way. Many critics have pointed that out. So how do you manage that pulse in a right way?
Honestly, I'm also amazed because I'm in right now we are sitting in a small village in Kerala, which is outside of Thrissur, which is one of the maybe top 10 cities of Kerala, maybe. Yeah, so it is one of the, and even here people have come to listen to me. Of course, it's your incredible organization and doing this event, but at the same time, that is pretty incredible. I think it's because I genuinely have tried to care for society and young people beyond just telling them funny stories, how to make them develop, and also tried to change my medium. So I've moved to videos like YouTube, through Instagram, through movies, whatever way, newspaper articles. It's gone beyond books so that I stay relevant. I also know this is God's giving. One day God will say stop, and then I have to exit the stage. Till then, it's there. I will do my best to help young people. Now, there was a time I was as old as these young people when I wrote, or not too different. Now, these young people who read me are as old as my kids. So, it's a different responsibility. You know, I want to help them. I think a lot of things are never taught in school, and someone needs to teach them. And I have the platform, they know me, so I try to do that. And maybe some people are still connecting to that, that's great.
You have been continuously reaching out to youngsters through Instagram to YouTube and all. Many students also do that. But do you think there is a digital addiction happening? Because rather, let me create content on Insta and YouTube has been the attitude of many. They have ignored their studies. Is that a right trend?
Yes, and I think there is always temptation to put sensational content. So Instagram by itself or YouTube by itself is not bad, but it's what you are watching on it. If you are watching junk, your brain will become junk. So what I try to do is put some positive content there. I don't get millions of views for that, and if I do pranks, if I do videos of some girls wearing less clothes
Yes.
and things like that, I know the tricks.
Yes.
Everybody knows, content creator knows the tricks. I'll get millions of views. But I realize that at this age of my life, it will be irresponsible to just chase clicks, views. You put the best thing with the best intention out there, and those who listen, anyway, only top 5%, 10% of society wants to work hard, I think. And they are the people I care about. That's also a lot of people in India. And I think they just need some guidance. If you don't want guidance and if you want to waste your life, as 90% of people, please do that.
Feel free
to do that, and a lot of people are doing that, and they will regret it one day because they think they are watching Instagram and having fun, but it's just some private company showing you content for ads. So they are stealing your time, and one day your friends who didn't watch this will have 5 lakhs a month salary, and you will have 25,000 salary, and they'll have so much, and in a lifetime there'll be crores of difference in your wealth. So that Instagram reel you are watching, you think it's free, it's not free. It's costing you tens of thousands rupees an hour of future income.
For all the aspiring authors of Kerala, or for those who want to write a fiction, there is a norm that the creative writing is creative. A writer cannot be systematic. Many of the writers say, when I have the call, I just shut all my windows and then I keep writing. But where someone like George Bernard Shaw, he used to say that every day I write 5 pages, so consistently. So how is it possible? Maybe he's that intelligent, that creative, he's able to manage it, or how do you?
So I think one of the lesser known things about writing is it's very boring and disciplined work. But that's true with anything in life. Anything. You have to build a company. It's not always you're going to be on the cover of a magazine, or like people are going to honor you for being entrepreneur of the year. True. Most of the time it's going to be very boring, filing your GST return or whatever, just creating, just hustling. Yeah. And whether it's writing or whether it's building your body in the gym, most of the time the work is, the tip of the iceberg is only, the glamour part is only the tip. The 90% is just work. So the creative and the artistic part of writing is there. And yes, I do enjoy it, but that's only in the beginning. I could have 100 ideas. It's execution in life that matters. Whether it's writing, whether it's a business, ideas are available everywhere. AI will tell you 10 business ideas. You put it there, tell me 10 business ideas, it will tell you. And they're all good. What is the difference? Execution. So execution requires discipline. So it's a mix. Writing is a creativity plus self-discipline profession. I think that's what you have written books. It's not easy to find, and you also have a job, you also have a business you are running, so it's not easy.
That's why I wrote something fiction, but then I felt.
But it takes a lot of discipline to.
Yeah, good to publish. I kept it. It's been there for a long time.
And what's your experience? Especially he is a person who's well rooted in the Middle East. How do you view the difference of habits or lifestyles between, especially these things in youth in, say, India, Kerala or Middle East? Are they more disciplined, or is there something like that?
No, I think today sitting in Thrissur, you are able to access any kind of information. So the geography actually doesn't matter anymore. Maybe this was true 10 years, 15 years back. So that's not true anymore. You can be anywhere, you can make money, you can be popular. You can write, you can be an AI engineer sitting in Thrissur. So work from home, all of this. So being systematic, you can be systematic here, and you can also be not regular or systematic in sitting in Dubai. So I think it's person to person.
You have always emphasized the importance of discipline, because I have not heard much motivation or inspiration speakers talking about discipline, hard work. They all want to take you to a kind of psychological high, because that's what motivation industry is all about. But you have always taken things, discipline, hard work, the base values. So do you think that those things are missing? Because even motivation or life skill, these kind of industry have become some kind of a populist, jingoistic, like we tell in social aspects. So is there a fall? Is there a search for instant nirvana, kind of instant boost of motivation?
I think so. I don't know. I think there's a human beings have this tendency that they want things and they want it fast. People want to get rich, but they want to get rich quick. They want to have a six-pack, but they want it quick.
I know.
They want an easy way. And they'll ask a businessman that tell me how to make money fast. And any businessman will tell you it takes a lot of time. And any bodybuilder will tell you it takes a lot of time to make a six-pack. And it is got value because it's difficult. Why does it have value? Why does making a lot of money have value? Because it's really hard to do it. Why does having a six-pack have value? Because it's really hard to do it. Otherwise, everybody will be having it and there's no value. It has value because it is hard. And a lot of people don't realize that, and there's an entire industry of quick promises. And they do
instant.
yeah, and it's not there, and if I say that, it's not a nice message to hear, and that means 90% of my audience will drop off and only 10% will say, but he's right. The thing is, everybody can have it. It's not like you can't be disciplined. You can be, but you first have to recognize what it will take. And it's not going to be some quick crypto that will make you rich, or some day trading in the stock market. All these are scams running. And motivation, I'm not motivation speaker, I'm self-discipline speaker, I think.
That's very nice.
Yeah, motivation is a very overrated thing.
And discipline is the more important.
Discipline is the hard thing. Everything is discipline. The same boy will, if he joins the army, he'll be standing in Kashmir at 5 in the morning and giving salute and doing his exercise. And the same boy will be sitting in Lucknow in his quilt in the morning, not waking up. His mother is waking him, please wake up. He's like, no, I don't want to sleep. I don't want to wake up, I want to sleep. Same boy. What's the difference? Discipline. When you get into discipline, you become a totally different person.
Not many in India were early to call out. For example, Byju's has been hailed as an instant kind of thing. But you had a very hard-hitting opinion in Times of India regarding elaborating it very much. Everyone was looking with fascination and admiration at one point of time, but sooner they realized. So could you elaborate on that aspect of Byju's, because everyone is talking about that?
Yeah, I must say that firstly, I'm very sad what happened to Byju's. So I'm not saying it in the form of like, oh, look, they got what they deserved or things like that. It is very sad because I think education in India is needed, and you cannot have education which is only offline. You will need online education. So I think it has a very positive place in society, online education. However, it has to be done right. People have to be given a quality product, and there cannot be focus. Education brands take long time to build. India's best colleges, IITs, St. Stephen's, IISc, all these, like 50 years, 100 years, 150 years kind of brands. You can't have it quarter by quarter, venture capital funded. Let's just, show. And I think that's what happened here. It's just a case of too much, too fast, too much greed, bad corporate planning, bad integrity. I think maybe just specific to one company, but the sad part is the whole sector is seen like that there is something shady here. Now parents are going to be like, okay, those guys, weren't good, so now should I give other guys a chance or not? So I think that's the sad part. I think all Indian startups should realize the responsibility.
Don't you think one should not get carried away, whether it's an organization or an individual? When you have fame, there will be a lot of people to overrate you. So.
And then I would also love to know your take, because as an entrepreneur or a management guru, many a times this quick money and startup thing is getting in the head of students. They say we don't want any experience, we don't want any learning, we will quickly jump into the startup ecosystem. Of course it's great, startup is great, but do you think there are some pitfalls where seniors need to guard them or caution them about?
Yeah, to bring regulations for startups, I think we don't have enough laws. Whatever laws we have for anything, it's all at least 100 years plus old. So it will be very difficult to regulate something new like AI regulation. If you compare it with the old laws, it will not be possible. So yes, there is a need for a regulation, but at the same time, it is not on the governments alone. It is on the corporate world. It's on the valuators who come, the VCs who come. So it's a self-discipline, kind of a thing.
Okay, fine. And coming to the last part, we would love to know Chetan Bhagat as a parent. Can you tell something about your family, your two sons?
Yeah, I mean, I have twin boys, Sham and Ishan. They are in the US right now studying, and they have been brought up to do a lot of hard work and not think that, okay, there's a celebrity dad, so therefore they don't have to do anything in life. They have on their own merit got into, one is in Princeton, one is in Dartmouth. For those who don't know, they are both very good US Ivy League colleges, and you cannot do anything to get into them unless you are
Albert Einstein,
yes, and you know, seen the movie Oppenheimer, yes, the same campus. So I think it's because we have tried to, I think maybe my wife has done more of that. So I think it's again, we've tried to give our children the value of hard work, discipline, and as little entitlement as possible. Of course, it's difficult because it's not their fault. They were born into this family and whatever famous dad. But we've tried to shield them and told them to be something on their own merit.
And Reporter is a very celebrated Malayalam channel. Our Onam, our national festival, it is
yes,
called,
I heard.
is coming. So could you say, Ella Malayaligalkum Onashamsagal to us?
Go slowly.
I know. Ella Malayaligalkum
Malayaligalkum
Onashamsagal.
Onam
Ashamsagal.
Ashamsagal.
Or for Reporter TV too, that you can tell me.
And Onam Sadhya,
yes.
where is that? We are going for that
We'll
now.
definitely arrange. And Reporter TV, we can tell in English too. Or, no, Onam wishes.
Hi, this is Chetan Bhagat, and I want to wish all the viewers of Reporter TV a very, very happy Onam. May God bless you all.